Guys, what's going on? It's Mondo here, and we're back with another video, man. While I readjust, make sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, comment down below, guys, what you guys want to see next. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, that video that took me almost 2 months to edit. Yeah, it took me a long time because I didn't know what I wanted for sure, how I wanted to make it. So thank you guys for all the encouraging words that y'all left on that video and in my DMs about it. But yeah, today we're back at it with the normal video, right? By the way, there will be an update video saying how we're going to do the rest of this year. But yeah, so now that we're going right back into it, let's start off with last night's matchups. That's what we're going to go over today. Detroit versus Cleveland. Yeah, that was a good game for the most part. Donovan Mitchell was on fire and on one last night. 30 points last night. 3 of 10 from 3 though, so a little bit inefficient, but hey, for the most part, everybody was in the lineup. For the most part, I think we're missing, Jared Allen? Yeah, Jared Allen and Tyrese Proctor. So, I mean, they weren't full strength, but they were pretty good strength. Detroit won this one, though, 114 to 110. And Cade Cunningham with another excellent performance, 27, 6, and 7, going based off the numbers. But, hey, without Jalen Duren, Isaiah Stewart stepped up, right? Stewie stepped up, had 8 points last night with only 3 boards, but defensively he had 2 steals and 3 blocks. So defensively he stepped up for him in place of course, Jalen Duren. But that's still one thing that confuses me, right? I would want Ronald Holland up there in the starting spot, get some run with him, and use B-Stew off the bench, right? You also had Paul Reed who started. So you're starting 2 players who are similar and pretty much the same, right? And Ryan Rollins pretty much does the same thing as well. So it's one of those things, right? But yeah, and then Duncan Robinson also just doing his thing, right? A little bit inefficient as well. 5 for 11, 2 from 6 from 3, but had 2 steals, right? He's living up to the 3-and-D player that he is, and that's who they really need. It's just more floor spacing, right? Without who else? Tobias Harris was also not in the lineup last night as well. So that's also a good thing, right? They're winning without some floor spacers, and Cade is still showing. Even though he was 4 for 22, he shot 11 free throws last night and made all of them. So that's a pretty good thing, even though he was getting locked up a little bit and taking some bad shots. But for the most part, he played well. The team as a whole played well, and that's all you can ask for, right? That's all you can ask for against one of the top teams in the East, which you are also one of the top teams, but that's neither here or there either, right? I need to stop saying that. I say that a lot. But yeah, now Detroit is 26-9, and Cleveland is 20-17. Going to the next matchup, it's the Indiana Pacers and Orlando Magic. Orlando won 135 to 127. Pascal Siakam, of course, having a great game, right? They're just missing their main piece, Tyrese Halliburton. But they're starting to now play a lot better. Defensively, though, still not doing very well. But on offense, they're still shooting, right? Shooting from the hip, right? They're still doing very well, especially with TJ playing normal minutes now. He's gotten back into shape from his injury earlier on this year, 10 points in 21 minutes. Just being that spark plug off the bench, which is what he was in the playoffs, and what gave him a lot of success, right? You also have Ben Shepherd off the bench as well. Jay Huff, which is one of those players which I would want to be starting, but I see why he's not, because you're starting Pascal at the center, and I get it. I get why. And he is also a floor spacer to an extent. And then, of course, Paolo finally playing up to par. Desmond Bane has also been picking it up lately, the past month or so, that we've talked about Orlando, right? I've been saying that Orlando needs to get rid of Desmond Bane because he's just not doing anything. I mean, he stepped it up, right? He is 3 for 6 from three-point land last night. Anthony Black has also stepped up into the starting point guard spot and playing very well, believe it or not. I didn't expect him to be, drawing 10 free throws, right? I didn't expect him to be a 10-10 guy. But he's put up 20 and 10 now, right? And while excuse me, who Franz Wagner is not in the lineup right now due to injury. So I mean, this is a pretty good team. This is a team you don't want to run into because they could get hot. They can win any series. But then on the flip side, if they're bad one game, then they're just horrendous. So, I mean, it's showing with their 20-16 record, but they also did only beat a 6-30 team. So, having it this close is kind of disturbing and alarming. But, hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? Now, let's go into the next matchup, which isn't no surprise because they don't have the best player in the league, in my opinion. The Denver Nuggets losing to Brooklyn last night, 115-127. They didn't have Jamal Murray and Christian Brown with Peyton Watson back. Aaron Gordon came off the bench with 20 points himself. So they have everybody back besides Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic is the driving force on that team. It's a 1-2 tandem with Jamal Murray and him, right? Everything goes around him, and they're also missing Cam Johnson. They were also missing Cam Johnson last night. So, did I expect this? Yes. Did I expect him to, not play very good? Yes. Especially against a Brooklyn Nets team who is starting to see upside, right? We always say like, oh, they're trash. But no, they are actually showing some upside with this lineup that they have out now. Igor Demon has been showing potential at the point guard spot. Also playing next to Terrence Mann, who is the oldest on the team. I mean, and Michael Porter Jr., I still don't see him as a number one option. But he's picked up his production from whenever he was in Denver. It was almost like a tour, comeback tour, right? He wants to go show that you made a mistake trading me. And, I mean, you see it. And then Cam Thomas also came off the bench. I didn't even see that. I thought he didn't play. He had 17 points off the bench last night with 1 assist and 4 rebounds. Again, I think this is a team where it can work, but Cam Thomas needs to be more of a passer as well as a scorer, right? Do a Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant thing where if they have help get that help the ball, right? Don't just be a ball hog. Give the help the ball and, show your passing ability. Because he does have passing ability. He's shown it. But he needs to show it consistently. So that's something that we got to worry about. Denver falls to 23-12, and Brooklyn is now 11-22. Now going on to the next matchup, it is the New Orleans Pelicans dropping the game 106 to Miami Heat 125 last night. The Pelicans fall to 8-29 on the season, still not hitting 10 wins, and then Miami is now at 20-16. Zion Williamson played last night. Didn't play great, but didn't play horrible. And some minute restrictions. Trey Murphy ended up playing 38 minutes last night, had 27 points, shot the most shots, and also 15 3-point shots. He only made 7, though. But he was 10 from 19 from the field, right? 27 points. Fairly good efficiency for the most part, right? Almost 50% from 3. And even Jeremiah Fears, which I didn't expect him to be such a dog. Firstly, in 26 minutes of play, had 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. He did have 4 turnovers, however, so it's one of those things where it's like a give or take kind of thing. And, of course, Miami, they had, their main starters besides besides Tyler Hero and Jaime Jaquez. But you don't need them whenever you have Norman Powell playing the way he is, right? I think he should be an all-star this year, but I highly doubt he will because of fan votes and stuff. Bam has been playing good at the 4, and then you have Khalil Ware, who, if he's locked in, he's great. Whenever he's not, he's just a complete minus, right? And last night he was a positive for the most part. 16-12 and 1 block last night. You would want more from him on the defensive side, right? I compare him to Victor whenever he's on it. and then Bol with his attitude, right? When Bol is on it, he's on it. Whenever he's not, he's not. He's not good, right? He's pretty much Bol in a Miami Heat uniform and light skin. So, so that's pretty much what I see, right? And that's my player comparison, right? I think he can be Victor, but he doesn't have the drive and the motor right now. I think he will eventually, especially with this team that wants to win and has to win now. I think that this is, the right choice and right place for him to develop. Excuse me. Now going to the next one. Sorry, I've been in meetings all day, so talking fast is not what I want to do right now. Excuse me. But going on to the next one. The Minnesota Timberwolves beat the hapless Wizards. They dropped to 9-25 and still 9 out of 10 wins as well. Minnesota is now 23-13. They won the game 141-115 last night. And of course, you had the 35-point outing from Anthony Edwards, which was a big story. 6 of 10 from the 3-point line, 14 for 21 from the field. And then you also had Rudy Gobert being an 18-14 guy last night with 4 blocks. Jaden McDaniels had 3 steals last night with 12 points, 5 boards, and 5 assists. Just being an overall all-around player. An all-around player. That's what I meant. And then Naz Reid, of course, just coming off the bench, playing a role, right? I still am advocating for us to trade Rudy Gobert if you are the Minnesota Timberwolves and starting Naz Reid, right? You're going to have to do something about that. You're going to have to force either Bones Highland or Rob Dillingham to develop. I think that Bones Highland is more developed now than Rob Dillingham, obviously, right? But you have to force one of them to develop to be a starting point guard. Because Dante DiVincenzo next to Ant, yeah, that's a good pick if you have a true point guard. They don't have a true point guard on the starting lineup right now. One of those two needs to step up, and that's the only way they're going to be able to compete in the West. Is if one of them steps up and one of them becomes at least reliable as a passer and a three-point shooter. Now going on to the Wizards side, obviously Alex Sarr had a disappointing game, right? You're still expecting him to develop in the next 2 years or so. But I don't know if they're going to give up on him or not, right? They have Trey Johnson, which, I mean, you're seeing what I was saying on X or Twitter, that he is not Ray Allen, right? He can launch it, sure, but he's not as consistent. He's not as good as Ray Allen was with the Bucks. And then Baila Kubawale, he's playing, average, for being a point guard trying to develop next to other guards, right? It's just not a good place to develop players, especially when you have older guys, older vets that are still trying to stay in the league longer, right? With CJ and stuff. Yeah, we got to go pretty quick now. OKC drops another game to the Phoenix Suns, 105-108. OKC now falls to 30-6, still first in the West, I'm pretty sure. And Phoenix Suns go up to 21-14. Chet Holmgren had an 18-point outing. Didn't have 10 boards last night. He had 9 boards last night. Shug Gilgeous-Alexander fell down to earth. 25 points on 8 of 22 from the field, 1 for 5 from 3. But did shoot 9 free throws. So yeah, I don't need to say more. He did have 6 assists, however. And Jalen Williams had 23, 4, and 7. Did have 4 turnovers, though, which is kind of, yeah. Their bench obviously did not produce the way that they should have and that they did, earlier in the season. I think we're finally starting to see them cool down and come back down to earth from, that boost at the beginning. They're starting to get into the meat of their schedule. So I do see them probably being a 60-win team. Probably going to be 65 if I'm going to be completely honest. About a 65-win team. Maybe even just a 62, 63-win team. But who knows, right? Then we go down to Phoenix, right? They're just playing as an all-around team now. Compared to what they were the past few years, right? Who just give the ball to somebody and go. They are now starting to play like a team. And you're starting to see it, right? You had Dylan Brooks who had a I think, a 30-point outing, almost a 50-point outing. It felt like at some points. You also had Grayson Allen having great games. So it's starting to be a win by committee type thing instead of just Devin Booker, here's the ball. Kevin Durant, here's the ball. Bradley Beal, stop sucking, here's the ball, right? So you're starting to see finally a team playing like a team, not just hero ball. So, and that's the way to win, especially in the West, right? Against an OKC like Denver, like other teams like that, San Antonio even. Yeah. And then, of course, last night also, we had the Milwaukee Bucks beating the Sacramento Kings. Sacramento is just a dumpster fire. They're 8-28 on the year. Milwaukee, they're still trying to figure it out. 16-20 on the year, but they won last night, 115-98. Holding a team under 100 nowadays is pretty good. Giannis, 37, 11, and nothing on the defensive stats. But he did play pretty good defense, especially with Miles Turner next to him. 15-5 last night. Kevin Porter Jr. 25-10. Right, that's what you want to see from him. You want him to go into his point guard skills. You don't want him to be a scoring guard. You want him to be a point guard, because you have your scoring guard Ryan Rollins with 12 points last night, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. He is a diamond in the rough. He is one of those players that I think could be a plus for them if they keep developing him next to Giannis. While Giannis is getting older, maybe find some other forwards and stuff that are younger, just like AJ Green, but AJ Green only had 1 point last night, which was sad. And also you have, oh no, they didn't play him last night. But yeah, for the most part, they do have great role players around Giannis. It's just them finally playing together and maybe getting somebody not Doc Rivers as your head coach. Then in Sacramento, obviously, you have Precious Achiuwa last night getting starter minutes next to Russell Westbrook and DeMar DeRozan. I just don't think that... Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize Zach LaVine came off the bench. I thought he didn't play last night. I was watching the game play-by-play. I didn't even see Zach LaVine come out. But yeah, apparently he played last night. So yeah, now you just got to figure out what can you get for some of these pieces, right? DeMar, you're not going to get anything. Russell Westbrook, you might get something at the trade deadline with that small contract, but there's not much you can really do at this point, right? You also have Malik Monk on the bench that didn't play last night, who could still be valuable to teams. Keegan Murray as well. This is supposed to be a win-now team, and they're not winning. So I don't know what to do with them. Domantas Sabonis also did not play last night. So I don't know, guys. I don't know what to say about them. But then we go on to what I considered the main event last night. The Memphis Grizzlies, 114-120 loss to the LA Lakers. Memphis is now 15-20, and LA is 22-11. I'm trying not to laugh. But, I mean, they're Memphis. They didn't have Ja last night. Ja is dealing with whatever he's doing nowadays. Anything but basketball. And yeah, then the starters, you had Luka Doncic, Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton, Jake LaRavia, and who was it? LeBron James. You're finally giving Dalton Connect a chance to shine, right? While Austin Reeves is out, you give him a chance to develop. And that's what you need to do, right? They didn't play Bronny last night, which this close of a game I understand. But Dalton Connect, he needs some more run, I think. And Nick Smith Jr., I didn't think he was going to get playing time last night with the Memphis Grizzlies being such a decent team, right? But, I mean, they played him. Jared Vanderbilt had minutes last night. So I'm very happy about that. I'm still waiting for Maxi Kleber to make his appearance in a Lakers jersey because he has experience next to Luka. And Luka had 36 points last night, almost a triple-double, 36, 9, and 8 with 1 block last night. I mean, DeAndre Ayton also had 3 blocks last night, 15 and 8 with a steal and a block, 3 blocks, excuse me. That's what you want to see from DeAndre Ayton, is him develop as a scorer, a lob threat, and as a defender. That's what you need him to do, have high drive, and just do the dirty work in the paint, right? play him almost like a Giannis, I guess. But, you know, take the ball out of his hands. But yeah, now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of tonight's matchup. It's 20 minutes in already, so we got to go. The Knicks are going against the Pistons tonight at 6 o'clock. The Bulls are going to TD Garden in Boston. That one at 6:30 tonight. The Hawks and Raptors are also at 6:30 tonight. Hornets are going to get their butts whipped. It's going to be belt to you know what against OKC. Then it is the Suns and Rockets, which that's going to be a matchup tonight. Denver is going against the 76ers. 76ers should win that one. Warriors and Clippers. Warriors should win that one because the Clippers. Most dysfunctional team right now in the league. And then also the Jazz and the Trailblazers sharing that main event spot tonight. Trailblazers should win that one, but Jazz has pulled out some surprises. So, yeah, that is all for today. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, comment down below, guys, what you guys want to see next. And, yeah, I'll come out later with an update video of what we're going to be expecting for the rest of the year. Peace out, guys.